Now, Mr. Dog, his nose, if you guys just saw on the video podcast, Scoob's nose just bounced into the frame. He would absolutely like to be in this. No.
Hmm.
Anyway, hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Emmizzie podcast. My name is Nicholas. That's Edmon.
I had something in my
He got his mouth full. He got
I
dick in the
had some.
mouth.
I had a hair in it.
You scared me. Poopy smelling breath.
Yeah,
Mr. Diver had a snack today.
some shit.
He had a pooper scooper snack. Did you have a pooper scooper snack? No one could see his face. He's like, I did. So we always start with now I just decided randomly. What is something so good in your life right now?
This coffee.
So what mine was last week.
Yeah, this coffee slaps.
You a copycat ass speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Just yes. It is really good.
When in Rome, man.
I've never been. I'm drinking the matcha version. What is yours? Triple shot?
The triple shot with a little bit of that spoiling vanilla milk.
It's not spoiling.
It's not spoiling, but it's getting
definitely
close to the
it's been
shelf life.
in there. It's oat milk, but it's been in the fridge for sure for like a month. Open.
That's fine. I got some oat milk in my fridge that I just.
No. Didn't you have oat milk in the fridge that literally you poured out and it was like chunky? Or is that your mom?
That's probably what the one in there right now is.
Yeah.
It's been in there for
like chunky.
It's been in there since it was snow on the ground.
I remember my dad one time he pulled out the almond milk and he's like, it's still good, right? Because it's plant based, so it lasts longer. I go, yeah, it definitely lasts longer. And then he smelled it and he poured a little bit in the sink, but it didn't pour. It plopped. And I went, that is not good. Throw that out right now.
Yeah, it's done.
He's like, oh, I was going to use it in the pumpkin pie. I'm like, no. No. Mine is, we potentially have such a good brand deal coming up.
Yeah.
And it would
Hopefully.
involve both of us.
And it would drastically change the trajectory of my year.
Yeah, I think it would be a sleigh as a couple. Yeah, I would love it for us. So
we can go somewhere.
Put it into the universe that if we get this brand deal, we should just like go somewhere for the weekend.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Grand Rapids, Michigan. No. Somewhere. We don't have to like go. Like we don't have to fly. We can go on a cute little road trip. We could rent like a Bronco and like go driving a Bronco and go driving like.
How you spell that?
BRAW Brang. Geo Brango. And we could go somewhere cute. Yeah. Anyway, but that's my good thing is just that it's happening. We're getting it. Don't doubt me. I can see you bitches doubting me. Anyway, you're preying on my downfall. Imagine I was one of those bitches who's always like, they're preying on my downfall. Haters are preying on my downfall.
Fucking God.
Anyway.
Haters are my motivators.
Oh my God.
Ass.
But speaking of haters are my motivators, what a segue that was so unplanned just now. Oh my God, I love that for us. We're talking about Michael B. Jordan.
Is unplanned a word?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, I think so.
Let's see.
I think so.
It sure is. We're talking about Michael B. Jordan. We're not talking about Michael B. Jordan. He's definitely the, what do you call that?
Conduit.
What?
Conduit to the subject.
Conduit.
Yeah.
CONDO-IT.
He was helping us get to.
Yes. It's like kind of what happened to him. So like, I'm clickbaiting the fuck out of this title. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Was Michael B. Jordan in the wrong? Question mark.
Yeah.
Hello? For those of you who don't know, he was on a red carpet and this lady, was her name Angela? No.
That's not Angela Yee.
No, but that's where I was going all of a sudden. I think this girl was on Love and Hip Hop New York.
I have no
and she
idea
had beef with Yandy.
Okay.
Anyway, I think that's how I know who she is.
Yandy.
But yeah, so he was on the red carpet and he walked up and saw her and she's there to interview him. And she's like, oh, like Michael B. Jordan, we go way back.
Because apparently they went to high school together.
Yeah. And he's like, we sure do. Am I still corny? And he brought up how her and her friends used to like clown on him. And she tried to how Edmon says, fake the funk, you know, and he wanted no parts of it.
They say he was corny in high school, and then I guess she got like a little podcast or a TV TV show. She has a podcast or a radio show, some shit like that. Or she was talking to somebody in the show about it because they went to school together. And so I think somebody was like, how do you feel about him, blah, blah, blah. And then she said something along the lines like, yeah, like back in school, he was so corny. So like, it's nice that like it's good for him that he's here now, blah, 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 and shit like that. And so when he saw her on the red carpet, he was like, oh, am I still corny or like, am I cool?
And my whole thing is, if you
to be fair though, he didn't start off with that though. Like they were talking, and then she kept talking about how like they were back.
We go way
back, and like we got so much like history, blah blah blah. And then he was like, "Oh, am I still corny?"
Yeah, because my whole thing is like, one, if you trying to like show this relationship that they have, and try to like, because he's so on, obviously, he's
of course, yeah,
everyone's hottest man, so that like it was really funny. And I just want to say, because people are like not team Michael on this,
which is surprising to me to find out.
It's also surprising calling him Michael and not Michael B. Jordan. I feel like you have to address him by his full name.
Yeah, it's like a Tribe Called Quest. You got to say the whole thing.
Yeah, like I can't just be like Mike, Mikey, Mikey B. No, but I feel like
Mikey B sounds like the name of an annoying gay white man that wears like the little shorts. You know the little shorts I'm talking about.
You know, it's funny.
And Converse shoes.
Anyway, people are like on her side, saying that he should have just like...
They're saying that he should have been like the bigger man because he has the, like more notoriety, influence than she does. So he should have been like more cordial and like not did what he did.
Okay, so
which is a joke to us.
Yes, right. We would just like to say this here and now. If you don't agree with us, like we believe Michael was like correct in what he did.
Yeah.
I don't believe he should have acted a different way. I think what he said was fine. Check her, G-check her. You know what I mean? And if you don't feel that way, that's totally okay. You can either hear us out or see yourself out. But either way, something's out because that's how I feel. And if you feel like she was right, you can live in your delusion. Like, do your thing. Like, do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. But this topic is what we're talking about today, not him. We are talking about social influence and social, like, obligation. So when you have a platform, whether you are influencer, celebrity, person in your city that, like, people know.
Right.
What is your responsibility? And just our opinions on that. So... here we go. I do feel like I am somewhat biased.
Okay.
But it'd be hard for me to not be.
Of course.
Because given the comments and things that I get. Because I do get comments. Because for those of you who do know me, you know how uneducated I am on so many things that are just like basic terms of things, geography, a lot of social issues I didn't even know existed until me and him met. Like, there's a lot of things I don't know. But once I know, like, I know, okay, you can learn at any age. So you elderly hosts who are like, can't old dog new tricks. Shut up.
Right.
But sometimes I'm told that I should speak up more on things, that I should post more things, that I should be more up to date with like LGBTQ plus... I forgot the QIA, all the letters, that I should be more up to date with the issues and social events or social things that are happening within that community. And so I am a little biased in the way that's like, I do feel like I am asked to say so much all the time. And my opinion is I'll say whatever I want.
Yeah.
However, I do understand that I do have an audience and that I should speak up about things. And I don't want to say things that I care about. Because that makes it sound like I don't care about other things.
Right.
What is your opinion on what... let's start with like massive celebrities. Should they be the bigger person as far as comments go? Reporters make comments, whether it's a social media network making a comment. People in the comments are talking shit. Like, how do you feel about the celebrities responding?
I think it's funny when people get mad that celebrities respond to stuff.
Like a clap back.
Like a clap back, yeah.
Love a good celebrity clap back.
Because, like, obviously on the one hand, if you a celebrity and you got, like, a massive following, you do have, like, a responsibility to ensure that, like, that group of people that that follows you don't like do nothing crazy on your behalf because of things that you say.
Like mob mentality. Like they can...
because because mob mentality is something that you just inevitably happens once you got like 100 million people that follow you and think they have a parasocial relationship with you and like think that they like are your friend. And so you kind of got to be careful when you like do things or say things and this, that, and the third, because depending on like what you say as a clapback or like what you respond to as far as clapbacks and shit like that could like affect somebody's life negatively. However, you niggas got to remember that these people are still people at the end of the day. And so they have emotions and feelings and like they get angry as well too. And just because like they are at a level that you think they should just like be above certain shit, Cardi B still tried to fight Nicki Minaj at the Met Gala. Like
did fight Nicki Minaj at the Met Gala
because she said something about her daughter. Like, you dig what I'm saying? So like these people still people, and if you're gonna say something to somebody, you can't be like, oh my god, why would you say something back to me? Blah blah blah. Like, you shouldn't have said what you said in the first place, jackass. Like,
you do not.
You could have just kept your whole ass mouth shut.
You do not get to make a derogatory comment to me and then police how I respond.
Exactly.
Because if we are like all of a sudden policing how people respond, then when I made that post and you decided to respond to it, I could have just been like, no, you're not allowed to respond though. You're not allowed to say something negative. That's called no.
It's not at work, bro.
Wholeheartedly agree with that part. I personally don't agree with I should be looking at the mob mentality and being like, oh no, like I know what can happen, blah, 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 blah. I don't think you should use it for negative. Because, I mean, I have seen, do you remember with the wedding situation when that company lost my thing and then wasn't going to refund me? They like the whole thing. And I just posted about it being like, oh my God, this just happened. And then their Instagram was flooded. And I don't have like a lot of followers. I couldn't even imagine if I was like a massive celebrity. That would have like collapsed a business. Yeah. I saw what happened. Like this, like shout out to everybody who was on my behalf though. Love you so much. Flooded that company's Instagram. The owner called me, refunded me, gave me the shirt, did all these things. And like, I'm really grateful for that because honestly, to the other side of it, had that not happened, I would have been fucked. Right. And that was my outfit for our wedding. Like I would have been fucked. So I am a little bit grateful. But I did understand then what power dynamics and power imbalances are. And I did really understand in that moment, like, oh shit, you definitely need to be careful what you say. Pick your battles that way. However, I couldn't imagine not responding out of fear that my audience is going to do something. I'm definitely going to, like, I always say, like, okay, guys, do not go attack this person. However, and I do know people are going to. But here's the thing. I don't necessarily feel bad because you went on a public platform to say something negative in a world where, I mean, look what's going on with this stupid Hailey Bieber, Selena Gomez thing. The way people... Which
is so dumb.
No, but in the same respect, though, like, while, yeah, if... say you made a negative comment about me and I responded to it and 100,000 people came after you. Look how many people are coming after these celebrities every single day. So I personally don't care if 100,000 people go after you. If 100,000 people are going after me every day. Having followers means nothing because it's a mob mentality regardless of who you are. If you have followers, there's a mob after you. If you are the person who commented on that person, there's a mob coming after you. If you make a negative comment, people are coming after you, whether you're a celebrity or not. So I personally don't care about the whole like, no, because if you clap back at this person, then you shouldn't have made the comment. Do not step into the kitchen if you ain't willing to get burned. Okay? Sometimes when you're flipping your food, the bacon grease will pop you, but that's what happens. You know what you're doing when you go into the kitchen.
And you wouldn't have to worry about getting popped if you ain't going there making burgers from the get-go.
Okay. What did I say? I think I said it yesterday. Oh, but I said it on your TikTok live stream. When I said, if your mouth is that reckless, I hope your hands are too. So in the way of like, if your thumbs are reckless on the keyboard, then I hope you're ready. Like, you got to know what you're doing. Too bad. Yeah. You don't get to police how I respond.
Yeah, I mean, actions have consequences. You know?
I'm not above anything. And I want you all to know, I don't care how much money I have. If you say something to me and we're in public, I'm going to chop you in your trachea. Yeah. Like, we are so on that type of time.
What's that shit you always say? I'm 5'5". I'll never be the bigger man.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm 5'4". Let's be real. I am 5'4". If God wanted me to be the bigger person, he would have made me the bigger person, bitch, okay? Yeah. I'm about nipple height on an average sized human being. My
I will
fist,
never
though,
be the bigger man.
I will never be the bigger man. My fist, dick height. Okay, and I don't care about a cheap shot. I'm here to hurt you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
But then in the same respect, so then how do you feel in regards to like, I'll use Wendy Williams as an example of that thing that just happened where people were invading her privacy and she was like, I would ask for the respect of privacy, but I never gave anyone that.
Yeah.
So in the same respect, you don't get to be an asshole online and then ask for respect. You don't get to talk shit about somebody on a podcast and then when they check you, be like, poor me. You just don't get to do that because that's silly. That's literally like that TikTok trend where they go like, and they scare someone and then somebody comes out and they go, I don't want to play anymore. Like, you don't get to do that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Listen, I talk so much shit about James Charles. Well, I don't talk shit about him. I describe him. But I talk so much shit about James Charles. If he and his crew ever came up to me and were like, you say all this shit, I'd be like, yeah.
And did.
Can we scrap? Because I actually want to fight you.
Because y'all not going to fight no guy that way because y'all the James Charles. What's his group even called?
Like his posse?
Yeah, like what is his like? I know that like Nicki's people are the Barbs and like Beyonce is the Hive. Like, what are James Charles's people?
The enablers, because they just enable his like pedo ways.
I was thinking the baby booty bumpers, but
but they just support him doing it in it, you know. But I'm fully on that. Like, if I've ever said something about somebody and they ask me, but I'm like that in real life.
Yeah.
If I say something about somebody and somebody's like, I heard you said this, somebody be like, oh, glad
I said that to you.
Glad you're here.
Yeah. Hi.
They're like, why didn't you say it to me? I'm like, because I don't like you.
You weren't there when I said it.
And guess what? I have done that. Do you remember when that person was in the room at that situation I was at? And I go, why are they here? Who invited them?
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you think that makes me a bully, but like, I will tell you though, I bully bullies. So that person is a terrible person.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have a problem.
Bad.
I don't have a problem with it. Paris Hilton's, Lindsay Lohan's, like when they would go on those talk shows and people would like be so brutal to them. And then, like, if someone would say something, they'd be like, oh, well, she was a bitch. Like, how do you feel about, like, that stuff?
I want you to know I don't know what you're talking about.
Any celebrity... Oh, okay. Well, like, everybody knows that, whether you know about them or not, that every one of those late night shows, when they do a little comedy bit, they troll all of those people. Lindsay Lohan's drunk. Lindsay Lohan's a this. Paris Hilton's a this. She's a this. Like, they ditzy, blah, blah, blah. And then when those girls say something back, they're like, a bratty, stuck-up bitch. Like, but that, like, man, it's always a man, wins every time. How do you feel about, like, should they just, like, be respectful because they're on the show?
For what?
Yeah.
What you mean?
If someone talks shit about me, oh my God, I would absolutely accept their invite to go on their show. Just to be like, let's go.
Yeah.
I would not go to, like, squash it.
Yeah. That's like that time.
I would squash it after I give it back to you.
Do you remember that interview that Ariana did where that dude kept asking her about, like,
misogynistic shit?
Yeah, her nails or like whatever like that. And
carry your phone or like blah 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 or think about a boy or something. And she was like, "Is that what you think we think about?"
Did she get backlash for that or no?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. There was compilations of like Ariana Grande being a bitch, Ariana Grande being a diva. Diva is the dumbest word for a girl who stands up for herself.
That's stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She got crazy backlash. There's literally compilations on YouTube of like her being rude in interviews, and it's just her being like, what you just asked me is dumb.
It's pretty dumb. Nigga,
I played along.
Nigga, you just and you lucky that I did that. You lucky I'm playing along. I played along as long as I did because you sound stupid as fuck. Do I want to do my nails and carry my phone?
Yeah, I really think it's like
I'm a multi-platinum, internationally known vocalist, and you asking me about my phone or paying my nails?
When she was like, is that what you think girls think about? He was like, yeah. So that's when she goes, I'm never coming back here and you shouldn't either to people.
Like, you sound dumb as fuck, my nigga. What are you talking about? No, I don't think it's bad when stuff like that happens and then people respond back because, nigga, you sound stupid as hell.
I think more celebrities should be more honest.
I think most celebrities should. I think more celebrities should be more like real. That's why I said I can't be famous because the second I get on there and motherfuckers get to asking me some dumb ass shit, I'm like, you sound. That's why that's a lot of my favorite like celebrities don't do a lot of interviews for that very that reason. Like, cause nigga, you sound like what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I wouldn't be good at that. Like,
no, I can't play the like. Be nice right now, even though he's being the
if you're being like shitty, like I'm not good at that.
Like, bro, what the fuck is you talking about?
I don't care about the game.
Yeah,
it's not for me.
So no, I don't think that it's bad, and I think that more people should be like that because then it teaches people who not celebrities that care about what these celebrities is doing and say it'll teach them that you shouldn't sit back and just let motherfuckers say what they want to too. The fact that Ariana said that, her fans is looking at that like, oh, okay, so next time I can spot misogyny now because
boom,
you know, I got an example.
Agreed. Like on the other side, so we've talked about the comments and responding. What is your perspective on what people should share as far as like
social issues,
racial issues, prejudices, world events like wars or natural disasters, like things like that?
I personally think that if you have a platform that can reach hundreds of millions of people, and again, it's just my opinion, I think that you should speak up on issues and make it known, like if you are in support of things and stuff like that, just so that it can get like more awareness out. Like people don't care about what politicians say, people don't care about what like activists say, people don't care about, they care about like what Beyonce said. They care about what Cardi B tweeted. They care about what Ariana said. Like, so these people who have the most influence over society, what they say matters and sticks to people. So I think that when you are the type of person, you should say things or share things and like get information out, because that's probably one of the only ways most people will see it. Because if it ain't on Instagram, then you say what?
There's always something though.
But that's where I was about to get to, because the flip side to that is that no human being on this planet, even people who work in like companies that's supposed to know everything, knows everything.
Yeah.
Like it's impossible to know what's going on everywhere and every second of everywhere in the world, especially like when people got other shit going on. Like if you are a huge celebrity, like people think that their lives are so easy, and for a like large part of it, it's a lot simpler than like me and your life is. But like when you always being booked, you always got meetings, you always got phone calls, you always got shows, you always
personally
got
I think my life is easy, way easier than
you always got that. On top of like you got to make sure that your head is cool, because there's 100 million people tweeting you every day, and like you can get lost in being in your own little bubble, because you can't go nowhere, you can't like go shopping because you're a celebrity. Like it's impossible for them people to just like know what's going on everywhere all the time, because it's impossible for me to do that, and I don't have no fucking following. You know what I'm saying? So like to expect people to like know certain shit or see certain shit, and some things it's kind of just like.
I mean there are world events everybody knows.
Yeah.
So you think they should always be posting about it because there's a new world event every week?
Yeah. I think that, yeah, but I also think that you should only be talking about shit that you know. Like, I feel like you shouldn't say things just because it's happening. I feel like you should know what you're talking about. And just because like misinformation always goes out. Like, I just feel like if I was a celebrity, I would say stuff about stuff, but I would say stuff about that I care about and that I know about. So like,
that's so tough though, because it's like, that's why I didn't want to at the beginning say stuff I care about. Do you know what I mean?
But I'm saying that because at the end of the day, like,
because then people go, oh, so then you don't care about this then.
But you can't control that.
I know. It's just like,
there's tons of white celebrities and actors and actresses that don't hate black people, that care about black people, that have black people in their staff, that do all that shit, that didn't say nothing during the riots. But you don't know that.
Oh,
so you can't sit here and
unfortunately you do know that, because people call them out for it to the point where people do have to say something. Yeah, that happens. Everything that happens, people are like, why don't? Well, you're not saying about it, so you obviously don't care. Like it happens. I get it. I couldn't even imagine somebody who's like with actual people who like follow. Like I couldn't even imagine.
I just think that shit's stupid.
Every time there's like an event that happens in the world, I get at least one person who asks why I'm not saying anything.
I think that shit's stupid as fuck though.
Every law that gets passed in the States that's like fucked up, people are like, why aren't you posting? So I was saying I couldn't even imagine like those people.
That's just so dumb though.
Yeah.
But how would I know? Like, why would I know that the law?
No, but happened? I do know it. But there's a new thing this is what I'm saying. There's a new thing that happens every week. If I was to post every major thing that happens, that would be my
your entire
account.
Feed. Yeah, that'd be your account.
That's one of my questions I wanted to ask you was like, what's your perspective on people who just share their art, people who share their life, or people who are just like meme accounts, funny accounts, or there's a face behind it, but it's a funny account. It's like a comedy account. Like who has to say something? It's so hard.
You can't answer that.
I know, but people want answers to that.
Because nobody has to say anything.
But like regardless of don't, that's your downfall.
I mean,
it's so fucked.
Yeah, that just is what it is. Like that's not something that you can like pinpoint, say like this has to happen, that don't have to happen. Like that's something that's just one of the like gray area things. Like and sometimes people fall prey to the shit, and some people are able to just weave through it. Like that's life. I don't know. Like,
my favorite one that I get. This is my favorite one that I get. I mean, I do, but I don't purposefully post during Pride Month about my life or gay things, and people will be like, you didn't make a post for Pride. I'm like, so you obviously don't listen, because I post about my gay ass husband and myself all year. And when in like April, mental health awareness and stuff like that, people are like, are you gonna share any stories? I'm like, I cry every week on the internet. My whole YouTube is a mental health episode now. There's these things that people don't pay attention to people posting, and then during these important moments, they have to post or they're canceled.
And that's another thing that makes me feel like how I feel too, is because are you mad at me for not posting about it, or you didn't see the post that I made a month ago about this?
Yeah.
And then is that my fault? Is that my problem that you don't know what the fuck you talking about? Like, people don't know what the fuck they talking about, and they get mad at these celebrities and people because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
People are so
but
entitled.
They think that they do, and they feel entitled to like these people in their lives, and like, no, you don't, nigga. Like, I don't have to say shit about shit I don't want to.
Yeah, and I mean, like, obviously, I understand that, like, I should share, and I do try to share things that I do feel like passion for, but at the end of the day, if I didn't want to share shit,
and also like, people of certain levels know their audience, and like ideally you would be on the same wave as your audience, so like you would share things that your, like, I'm sure Beyonce doesn't only post about black people because she's black, but because she also knows that like her majority of her fans are black. So it's like, hey y'all, this is some more information about us that we should know about. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think about, let's go strictly to people who make money influencing or creating or anything, strictly like social media, who don't post about social issues because they'll lose followers, which people are like, you shouldn't care about losing followers. Well, when you lose followers, you lose money, and that's your job.
Yeah.
But like people who don't say things because they don't want to ruffle the feathers. What do you feel about that?
I don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Like, you don't think that they should? They should do whatever they want. It's their platform.
Yeah, I don't think motherfuckers should or shouldn't. It's your platform. You do the fuck you want with it. From what I've seen up since fucking the riots and shit like that. Anything that you share about any sort of like topic that is like polarizing or controversy, there's going to be backlash no matter what it is. You can sit here and say, I don't like people who abuse children. And it's going to be a slew of people that come out and tell you what abuse is, what it's not, why you shouldn't call this that, why this isn't that. My mama whooped me and I'm fine. Well, my mama whooped me and it wasn't that bad. Well, my mama whooped me and I got trauma. Like, everybody got something to say about something on everything. It don't matter what you can sit here and say, I want to give a homeless person $50 right now so he can get something to eat, and it's going to be a million niggas telling you don't give him that because he going to buy crack. It's up to you. You choose how you want to use your motherfucking platform. Like, you say what you want to say and you post about what you want to post about. That's why I don't get like people who get mad about people not saying nothing about shit. Like, during the 2020 shit, I wasn't upset at people who didn't say anything about the Black Lives Matter protesters like that. I was mad at niggas who was coming out and saying some bullshit about motherfuckers protesting these murders. Like, people who were upset at the protesters. But if you didn't say nothing, I didn't automatically assume you was a piece of shit. Or because you, and also too, like, it's the aspect of like motherfuckers saying shit and don't mean it. How many niggas is out there?
A lot of it's performative only because people are afraid.
People are afraid.
Because of the mob. Yeah.
All the motherfuckers out there that hate black people was walking around that motherfucker with them goddamn signs and shit like that. So it's like,
because if you don't, then that could kill your career, even if you don't understand it.
Yeah, even though you're an actual piece of shit.
And when people come out and they're like, but I don't know enough to speak, there's people who are like, but you should know. You know?
Which is a whole nother thing, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
One funny thing that happened to me, I thought it was funny though, was a year or two ago. I posted this thing because I had this like revelation for me that helped me move on from stuff that happened as a kid, where I was like, these things that like happened, I keep saying that like they didn't happen to me, they happened for me. Like that didn't happen to me. So that really helped me. And I lost thousands of followers and I was getting hundreds. I was so overwhelmed. It was like that, like, I was so nervous that I could puke, of people being like, I'm unfollowing because you're diminishing my experience because these things happened to me. And I'm like, and you can't even respond to everyone. I'm just talking about like what worked for me.
I just said something that helped.
Yeah.
Like,
and then, but like, that's why social media is so scary. And as far as like posting your feelings or posting anything, I totally get why people are a parody of themselves or why people are
Because if you're not, you just open yourself up to this dumbass shit. Steve Harvey, I was listening to the radio at work. Steve Harvey was talking about how he had put up this picture of him he was out in Aruba, somewhere where that rich nigga be at, because he rich as fuck. He was somewhere being a rich ass black nigga. And he was posting the picture of like the beach rivers like that. He had put it up. He was talking about how like, you know, I'm very grateful that I get to do this, and like, well, I'm not a Steve Harvey fan, so I'm not trying to sit here and act like that. But he was basically saying like, I'm so happy I get to do this. Like when I'm out here, like I feel like I'm closer to God. Like I just wish this for everybody. Like this is so beautiful. Blah blah blah. And some motherfucker comments. He said some motherfucker comments to him, "You shouldn't post shit like this because everybody don't have the privilege to do this." And blah blah blah. And it's like, this nigga just said he feel closer to God. What are you mad about?
I posted skincare in 2020. And I was getting ripped apart for being tone deaf. And I was like,
how was that tone deaf though?
Yeah, because there's other things that are going on that I should be talking about.
But is that tone deaf, or are you a wee ass nigga that don't want nobody else to be happy because you're fucking mad in your life?
You know I agree that there are things that are tone deaf in life, but it's how it's said. It's when tone deaf to me
ain't tone deaf.
Yeah, but tone deaf to me is when you're like clearly acknowledging. Like, say there was, like, a flood or whatever, and I'm out here fucking running heli fucking water, being like, I'm grateful for my water because people don't have water. Like, when there's, like, that kind of thing, that's a little tone deaf. But that's, like, a clear response in that way. But when someone's literally just like, oh, I'm closer to God on this beach, baby girl.
Like, oh, why you mad, bro?
But I mean, people, that's a whole other thing, is people get upset, and that makes them feel like they're activists. Do you know what I mean? People will be like, I canceled this person for something that they did or didn't do, and I'm an activist.
And what your bitch ass get from that? What do you get from being an activist?
I don't really know.
Because all the activists I know go to jail, or they get shot, or they just like scam people to get money. So like, what are you getting from being an activist? Like,
yeah, activists aren't like necessarily on social media. They're like outside on the front lines.
Yeah.
Miss Portia Williams going to jail during the protests, and she said, and I would go to jail again.
Yeah.
During these protests.
Yeah. Lock me up.
Lock me up. Not comment on a post telling somebody they're wrong. No. Yeah, I think people think they're holding people accountable for that. Because we were talking about like Beyonce and like the big celebrities or like influencers, blah, blah, blah. At what point are you all of a sudden just required to post about social events? Like when do you have enough followers or influence to you just like woke up, you have to start saying stuff. Like, when is that? Because man, people were coming for Miss D'Amelio when she was like 16, and people were like, what? Remember, she was like afraid to take the fist out of her bio.
Yeah.
And then when she knew, and she kept it up for like 2 years, and people, the second she like took it down and changed it to her own face, everyone was like, she doesn't support the Black Lives.
Like, man, shut the that's the fuck I'm talking about, man.
Like what age, what platform, what number? Like, when are you socially responsible?
I feel like you are quote unquote asterisk, whatever the fuck other disclaimer I could put in before this, required to speak about like social shit when you start to realize how much power your words have over other people. Because a lot of people with 1 million followers that can't get nobody to buy a t-shirt, but it's people with 100,000 followers that could cause a riot if they wanted to. You know what I'm saying? So once you realize that like your words are actively like changing things, then that's when you should really take a step back and think about what you're saying and how you're saying it. At least that's my opinion. There's no number set to it,
but I think people think there is.
That's because people are fucking stupid.
Oh, okay.
Because you niggas don't know shit, and y'all don't be outside. Y'all be on Instagram all fucking day.
I don't have an answer for that because I don't know. I truly don't know. Because I don't think that anybody has to do anything. I don't think that it has anything to do with the number of people who follow you. I think it has to do with who you are as a human being and what you feel morally aligns with you to share. Now, and if you don't share something, that doesn't mean it doesn't align with you.
Right.
Also, but I also don't think that we should expect anything from anyone. I don't think we should expect anything from anyone. I don't think you should expect anything from me. I don't think you should expect anything from Beyonce. I don't think you expect anything from the lady next door, lady at the post office, Kim Kardashian. I don't think you should expect, if you want to, personally, this is how I feel. If you want more socially responsible people on the internet, then you as a viewer should amplify those voices.
That's true.
Maybe stop sharing
That's true.
the skincare haul videos or the funny stories. And like it can be something like fun, like you maybe stop sharing the puppies for a little bit, but start commenting. This is how you can do. I'm actually giving you a lesson, so listen. Stop coming for people who don't post things that you want them to post as far as social issues,
and you become that person,
and be that person who helps amplify. Because do you know what helps amplify voices? It's just how the algorithm works. Sharing the posts, commenting on the posts, liking the posts. It all helps. It honestly does.
Literally, yeah. That's facts.
And like when you find somebody, because so many small accounts post morally correct. They're sharing so much information. They're feeding you so much information, but they're small because algorithms don't like them. It's not drama, so like that stuff doesn't happen. It's not super funny, so that stuff's not going out. It's not celebrity based, so that stuff's not going out. There's a reason why people aren't talking about things that are still going on in the Ukraine, but we're talking about Selena and Haley. Do you know what I mean? We're talking about Michael B. Jordan, like in that thing, because the things that trend and the things that people know are going to get views and the things that people share are controversial things with celebrities. They are things that do not matter.
Yes,
those are the things that perform well.
Yeah.
So I honestly think what Smokey Glow always says is vote with your clicks, vote with your dollars, vote with your links, vote with your comments. If you want more socially responsible influencers or celebrities, be active with their posts. Be active with those things. Do not complain when a 16-year-old wakes up with 1 million followers and you want her to be an activist, when there was 1 million activists in their 30s posting about socially relevant things. That's personally how I feel.
That have significantly more information than a 16-year-old girl has.
But there's people with way more information who are 20 than me, who's going to be 32.
Some motherfuckers that be doing whole deep dives at dissertations, essays, all about the shit. But you want motherfucking...
There's creators who dedicate their lives to the LGBTQIA information, knowledge, like any updated verbiage. Like there are things, laws that there are LGBTQ creators who dedicate their platforms to that and speak up a lot about it. So stop expecting every LGBTQIA plus creator to speak about things, because there's so many that already do. And I think if you are expecting something morally out of someone, start promoting the people who do those things that align with you. Because if you're so emboldened to comment, you should be up to date on this, then what are you doing here? If you're so morally whatever, don't you already follow those people?
And furthermore, you so mad I'm not saying nothing about this. Tell me what I need to be saying. Since you know so goddamn much, and you
with
already
your fucking degree.
Since you got your fucking degree. Since you know everything.
Since you got your fucking degree in morality.
Like
talking to me a degree in mortality.
And stop being mad at people who don't fucking like say nothing about stuff. Like nobody is required to be on the same, like to abide by the same moral code or moral standards that you have.
Even if we think that they should.
Even if you think that they should. It's so many white celebrities that I was disappointed by during 2020 that I used to love so bad. Too bad. Move the fuck on. Like, one be serious and be mad for the rest of my life because this bitch don't like black people.
And maybe it's just me. I would never comment on Kim Kardashian's post and be like, "Are you going to speak up about the cultural appropriation?" No, because do I think she should, as a person who is involved in it?
Absolutely,
yeah, but
I think she should.
But she didn't. Okay, time to move on, because you know who does? 1 million other creators speak up about cultural appropriation. These things amplify those voices if you want them to be amplified. Stop waiting for those people. If someone lets you down, stop waiting for them to rise up.
And also know exactly what the fuck you mad about, because if you mad that Kim Kardashian not saying nothing about cultural appropriation because she's so big and people follow her and do the same thing as she does, even if Kim Kardashian was to die today, that shit is still a problem, and it's still a gang of motherfuckers that still do it. Kim Kardashian addressing it is not gonna stop the problem.
It doesn't matter if she's adding to it. I mean, it matters that she adds to it. It doesn't matter if she doesn't speak up.
Because it's still going to happen.
Because we are giving her the platform. by commenting on everything. Like, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, do you know who's doing the work for us? Anna Wintour by telling them that they're not socially relevant enough to go to the Met Gala.
Damn, that's steep.
That is the lady who's doing the work.
Yeah, I don't, man. I don't.
But like, that's an example, to be honest. I know that's like really shitty for the Kardashians, but like, that's an example of how you can actually give other people a platform. Is Anna Wintour going, hey, this is what we want to see at our Met Gala, not the Kardashians who do this, this, and this. We want to make, and they said, we want to make more room for other people who are socially relevant and blah, 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 blah. So if you want to see change, fucking do it.
Yeah, I mean, the internet is free, and a lot of these important sites are
Unless
free.
you want a blue check mark, then it's not.
Which
then
don't
you gotta
buy.
pay $15.99.
If you buy
a blue check, oh, I'm so embarrassed.
You are embarrassing. You're an embarrassing human being.
Stop.
It's fucking crazy. You're warm.
I'm very warm.
Why? Because of the conversation?
Yeah, I don't like talking about things that are very serious sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Well, you chose the topic, baby.
I know. I don't know why.
I don't know, man. I'm at a point in my life right now where, like, I don't expect nobody to do nothing. I don't put nothing past nobody, and I don't put nothing on nobody. Like, I like who I like until I don't like them, and then I'm done because they don't affect my life in any way, shape, or form.
And like, when you learn new information about a person or someone else, you're like allowed to change your opinion.
I'm allowed to change my opinion and move the fuck on. Bryce Hall is a piece of shit.
Until he did shrooms.
And I guess everybody say he's a sweetheart, the kind motherfucker. I'm still happy that Lorraine blew his shit out, but that's just me.
I don't think it was him.
It wasn't him?
No, that would have been bigger news.
Oh.
I think it was just idiots from.
Well, I still won't care if somebody blew his shit out because of what I knew about him, but I also don't follow him enough to know a lot of information about him. So I don't think about him until he pop up.
But I'm someone who was so, and everybody who's known me for more than 2 years, I would say, knows that I was like, to the death of me, a Kardashian stan. And then I just like did more research, grew up myself, learned what I find morally right and wrong and what aligns with my morals. And then I was like, oh, I no longer really align with the things that some of them do. So I'm not butthurt about it, and I don't hate comment on them on their pages. You know what I mean?
There's nothing wrong with like standing up for like people and like being, I don't want to say a social justice warrior, but being somebody who cares about social justice and social issues. That is a very good trait to have. But if you allow that shit to consume your life and make you not be able to enjoy things because you worried about what this person did say or didn't say or how they said it or when they said it or what they talking about and if this was right and if that was wrong, you gonna drive yourself crazy when you could just be at the beach, walking your dog, playing a video game, having a Sunday or two.
Or, if you're so passionate about it, amplifying, again, the voices that do align with what you want and stand for.
That's it.
The internet literally gives people a career. You can never be mad. You, as a human, cannot be mad that someone is famous if you have commented on the thing, whether it's a hate comment or a positive comment. It all boosts their shit. Start boosting the people you want to see win. That's my...
Or just shut the fuck up. I mean, that's what I would hope from you niggas.
Well, no, because if everybody shut up, then people wouldn't be held accountable and there wouldn't be voices.
Yeah, but don't be a wee ass nigga about it. That's all I'm asking.
Define that.
A wee ass nigga?
Yes.
You niggas who just be mad just to be mad.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not because you're mad to try to help somebody or mad because you want to, like, you a lot of you niggas use social, hot motherfucking take, because I don't want this to be too long because you're going to have to edit it, but I'm going to say this and I'm done talking. Hot motherfucking take right here. You can send this to your motherfucking mama too. A lot of you niggas use defending like social issues or like being social justice, like what's the word I'm looking for? People who just care about social issues and shit like that.
Social justice warrior.
I don't want to say that though because that's derogatory. I feel like
it is.
No. I feel like it's turned, like, I feel like calling somebody a social justice warrior nowadays is kind of just like calling them like a Trumpy or like, but like on the flip side. Like it doesn't have like a good kind of like a good stigma to it.
Oh no, I think once you add warrior, advocate and warrior are two different things. Social justice advocate, social justice warrior.
I feel like a lot of you niggas use being social justice advocates or like trying to defend certain social justice issues to your death as like gateways for you to be shitty individuals. And you think that just because you being a dickhead off the backs of trying to
help someone else.
Black people makes it less of you being a dickhead. No, you still being a dickhead. It's just that you care about black people and you a dickhead, which is nice. I like that you like black people. I like that you like making sure that trans people have rights, but you still being a jackass and a dickhead. Are you really helping anything? Or are you just sitting here just screaming?
Just be a good person. This has been an episode, a passionate one. I would love to hear your thoughts, everyone, because everybody does feel different. And I know that there's going to be people who are very much like, nope, people need to say more things.
Yeah.
100%. But again, that's your feeling.
And it's valid.
However, if you are not on the side of Michael B. Jordan, I do think you're a weirdo.
Yeah, it's a little strange. And do know that if you come into my DMs telling me what I should or shouldn't have say, I don't care. I don't.
Yeah. Because with all that being said, I understand what I should in my head and shouldn't share. And I also am very aware of the things I say online. And again, just like I said, how I was like, I no longer support the Kardashians. If fucking Kim K today came up to me, I wouldn't be kissing her ass. I would be like, this is how I feel. You're sitting in my face right now. So what are your thoughts on cultural appropriation? Like you have to understand that everything you say, whether you say it in private, whether you say it on the internet, if the person who hears what you're saying about them asks you, like checks you, you have to answer to them. So if you say a mean comment online and someone claps back at you, you can't be upset if their read was better than yours.
Oh, that's facts.
You can't.
That is facts.
It's not about being the bigger person. It's really not. Because that whole being the bigger person was out the door when you made that comment. This isn't a moment for you to be like the smaller person. No, babe, you're an idiot if you made a negative comment online. I've made a negative comment online. I actually still think about this all the time. Back in the day when I was not a nice person, I said something mean about Charlemagne on his Instagram.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Like I thought he was, I like genuinely thought he was gay. Like I actually did. And I found out he had a wife, and I think Steve's nose is about to appear in the camera. I genuinely thought he was, and then I made a comment in the comment section saying, "Oh my God, I thought he was gay the way he's always in women's business."
Yeah.
And then it's been so many years. Obviously, that post has been either gone or it's in the void. And I'm sure at some point someone will find it if I ever blew up something big. But I think about it like weekly that I ever did that. That's the only mean comment I've ever made online. I do kind of stand by it, though.
Well, I mean, I was about to say, like,
not the gay thing, but you're really in women's business. And that's very much a gay thing.
You shouldn't be upset because that's that's just what people say about Charlemagne.
Yeah, I just feel stupid that I would have put that out there like that. I feel dumb that I would have did that. I just should have taken the gay thing out. I should have been like,
"You're always in women's business."
Yeah, why are you always in women's business? And then get mad when people like say you're like feminine, like flamboyant, like gay is how. Like all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's just weird to me.
My name is Edmon. This is Nicholas. Where can they follow you at?
Nicholas James Emmizzie on TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube. You're already here if you are already here. And Twitter, Nicholas is ugly.
You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at EMMIZZIE on TikTok. And then 2 E's on Instagram.
Yes.
Because somebody got the 1 E. And they don't respond to their DMs. I was gonna pay her like $200 to just get it back, but she didn't respond. So
damn, hack 'em. Okay.
You should get some like ties to Instagram so you can just like
take it.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you. Say nice things to people.